GLOBASE is not only a class, but it's a consulting project.
It's a project with real-world impact for our business in an emerging market, but you're backed by an amazing support system at Kelly.
It's an opportunity and a challenge to understand how we can help a business from a completely different part of the world.
Based on what I've been through, it's like a bootcamp. You learn quickly how to be a consultant. For example, you learn how to scope a project, how to set up client expectations, and how to build the best ideas working with professionals from different backgrounds.
It almost feels like drinking from a fire hydrant. You just can't get it all. We're quickly realizing that you have to sort and filter through the information to get the most relevant and applicable business insights. Well, the great part is that you're also working with a real-world client. And in our case, we learned that their actual business challenge was that they were relying on a single client base, which was directly correlated with the European economy.
We did some customer segmentation and market sizing for potential customer types, and we realized that focusing on local families was our most profitable market.
Initially, when we were looking at the cost structure, there was no managerial accounting in place. All the costs were grouped together, and it was difficult to see which services were performing better than the other.
At the same time, we're remembering that we have to have something concrete for our client at the end of this time frame, and so the pressure is on.
As a second-year leader, my role is to help guide them and keep them on track. But at the end of this adventure, it's up to them to think critically and get the job done.
We learn a lot through theory about what business is like in Guatemala and how things usually run, but we're all aware that there are many surprises yet to come.
Business here in the US is very different than in Guatemala, and understanding those subtleties is sometimes complicated. Culturally, it sometimes leaves us feeling uncertain about the recommendation that we're offering to our client.
Our clients serve as our eyes. It's a trusting relationship where we become part of their organization, and their goals become our goals.
I think what's been the most helpful in this process has been building a solid relationship with our client.
Without this solid relationship, there is no trust. And without any trust, it feels like we can't get any traction.
They had to open up their books, their financials, their data,
which I could imagine might feel intrusive.
And that process requires a lot of trust.
But our client has been very good at providing us with meaningful data.
For me, I look at this as such amazing leadership experience, where instead of learning this theoretically, we now have a real example that we have been through. Such an experience will really help me in my future.
So far, from leading the class and watching these guys operate, I'm proud of what I see. I think they are really developing through this process, and I'm excited to see the team perform in Guatemala. I hope that I can inspire them to step up next year and lead this program.